Dear students, today in the series of videos regarding SSLC syllabus, today I am going to discuss one of the important chapter in political science, that is global problems and India's role. What is the role of our India in solving various problems the world is facing? And these are the problems not only for our India, it is the global problem, means these problems are related to the whole world. Many countries all countries are facing one or another type of problems. Particularly with the end of World War II, here this led to the decline of or the end of two important systems in the world, that is the end of imperialism as well as the colonialism. These are the two important systems which were existed before the Second World War. Even after Second World War, in some places that was in existence, but with the end of World War, these two systems in a majority cases came to an end or collapse, that is the imperialism, colonialism. Imperialism and colonialism means the occupation of the colonial countries for the purpose of getting the resources or many kind of exploitation. Even our India was also subjected to this imperialism and colonialism before Second World War. This is the end of these two systems took place after the end of World War. And here, after the end of World War, a new, that is a system was emerged, a new world order emerged. New world order emerged. Particularly after the formation of, that is the end of World War II, the formation or establishment of United Nations Organization, UNO, a new world order emerged. So many type of problems which were existed in the time of imperialism and colonialism came to an end. This doesn't mean that every problem came to an end. As the world changes, as the time changes, with the change of time, new problems also come across. Even that is when the new world order emerged, that bring a new problems to the world, and these problems are still in existence. Let us try to know about many such problems, particularly the problem related to human rights, or the problems related to economic inequality, the problems related to, that is even the arms race, and so many other problems are there. And these problems like apartheid, then the problem of terrorism, and so many such problems which were in existence or not in existence in the imperialism and colonialism. Such problems were emerged along with the new world order. And now in this chapter we are going to know about these these important problems and how those problems are affecting our world, and what is the role of the world in solving these problems, and particularly in every problem what is the role of our India, that we have to know about. Particularly, first of all, take the one is human rights. Denial of human rights or the protection of among the various global problems. First problem here we have to know about is human rights denial. Human rights denial means how the rights of the people are denied. Throughout the history, we can see the people denied the rights of one another. These rights are very important. Human rights are very important because for the development of human personality, one should be free as well as enjoy freedom in order to develop personality as well as even that is getting various facilities. But these rights were denied to the man, and these rights were denied in various manner. How those rights were denied? The rights were denied in the name of on what basis those rights were denied? That is in the name of caste. Particularly when we go to our Indian society, here the many facilities and many rights were denied to the low caste people by calling them as untouchables or calling them as Shudras. The upper caste people denied the rights to the lower caste people. That is the one of the criteria. In the name of caste, the people were denied of rights. Another criteria on the basis of religion. Here the majority religious people, that is, neglected the rights of the minority religious people. And this also existed in the past also, even in the present time also. In various societies we can find the denial of rights in the name of religion, and even in the name of race. That is a racial discrimination. Here this is existed even now, even in the past also we can find the racial discrimination, the discrimination between the blacks and whites or one racial people upon the another racial people. This kind of that is discrimination is there, and the one race people denied the rights of the another race people. This is one of the criteria, and even that is in the name of gender. That is the men denied the rights of women for a long time. They were not given the voting power. For example, in England, for a long time, even they had a democratic system. Then also they denied the voting rights to the women. It is on the basis of gender. Even in the present society also, you can see more importance will be given for the boy child and less importance will be given for the girl child. It is also a discrimination or the denial of rights to the women. That is on the basis of gender. And next on the basis of color. That is on the basis of color. Here the white people treated the black people as a burden. That is white man's burden. That is in this manner the one color people discriminated the another color people and denied the rights to them. It is also one thing, and these are the various things. Even in the present society there are different forms of discrimination or denial of rights. Here particularly here we are going to know about the caste, religion, race, gender and color are the criteria. On that basis here the rights of the people were denied. Here these rights to be get. Here many events, many revolutions, many wars took place in the history in order to, that is, get their rights. The man struggled in order to get rights what they were denied from someone. Here in this manner I am going to refer certain events which are responsible for getting the human rights. That can be noted as a, you have to make one that is important note here. You can write those important events in your notebook also. That will be helpful for writing your answer. Events for rights. Which are the important events which took place in the world? Many events took place, but here we are going to mention few here. One is American War of Independence. American War of Independence. It is one of the event which took place in the year 1776. 1776. It is also one of the event for which that is getting the rights. And next event is a French Revolution. French Revolution 1789. 1789. And next is a Russian Revolution. Russian Revolution 1917. These are the three important events. Even Indian freedom struggle also one of a, that is event. Indian freedom struggle of India. Freedom struggle of India is also one of the event which took place for getting the rights. because we Indians, that is ancestors fought for getting the rights which were snatched, which were denied by the Britishers. It is also one of a event. In this manner, many events took place. Like that, another very important event what we have to remember here is the Human Rights Declaration. Human Rights Declaration. That is one of a very important internationally, that is global event took place. Human Rights Declaration 1948, 10th December. Very important date you have to remember. Many times question asked about on that event. Human Rights Declaration, that is in the 1948, 10th December. In this manner, many other events took place, particularly in 1966. There was a conference, and in that conference human rights violation was taken into consideration. Wherever there is a human rights violation, and there the UN has given direction, if any country violate the human rights, action will be taken upon them. And that also directed every country, to take measures in order to protect the rights of the people. In this manner, this is also one of the important event 1966. And according to that direction, one of a International Human Rights Commission was formed. Very important thing you have to remember. International Human Rights Commission. This commission was formed in order to protect the rights of the people globally, not in a particular country, but globally. Here, their rights to be protected, and the government, the UN has given direction, and a list was given that is called as a 30 columns. 30, that is a column list was given, and according to that one, every country has to protect the rights. And in India also, many commissions were formed. Particularly, one is a National Human Rights Commission. This was formed in order to protect the rights of the people. Like that, there is a commission for the scheduled caste. There is a commission for the SC or scheduled caste. There is a commission for the ST, scheduled tribes. There is a commission for the protection of rights of the women. There is a even for the backward classes, and even there is a commission for the other various commissions were formed, that is nationally, in order to protect the rights. And next, like what is we find at the national level, even there is a commission so we find at the state level, like the state human rights commission. Another global problem what we have to know here is the arms race. Arms race. Arms means weapons. Here the world is producing, every country is producing so many weapons. And one of important person said the mankind must put an end to war. That is if man, that is fail to put end to war, war will put end to mankind. Means here the mankind, the people should make effort to put an end to the war. Other, if the war took place, that will put an end to the mankind, because nowadays so many weapons are produced, and this world can be destroyed for many thousand times. That much weapons are we can find in the present time. That may be in the form of nuclear bombs, and that may be in the form of hydrogen bombs, biological weapons. So many weapons are there, and every country is running, and they are in a race. How a athlete participate in the race in order to win the medal. In this manner, here every country is in the race to produce more and more weapons. And we are living in a very dangerous world. That is, the sword is hanging upon our neck. When it will cut, nobody knows, because so many weapons are there, and we have to prevent this kind of race. We have to prevent this kind of race. If the same race goes on, that will causes the whole destruction of the world. And here, this is the here, in order to prevent this arms race, what is the solution? What is the solution? And that solution is disarmament. Disarmament means armament means making more weapons. Disarmament means here the reduction of the weapons or elimination of the weapons. Very important meaning here it is reduction, reducing or elimination. Removing the weapons what already we have produced, that is the reducing or elimination of weapons. And here why we have to eliminate because these arms, because if there is a arms race, it will create many problems. What are the problems which will become? That is the first one is the war, and it will lead to insecurity of the man's life. When what happens, that kind of life we have to live, and there is a life of fear, the fear among one country and another country, and because of this fear they are producing more and more weapons. For example, if China attack upon India or India attack upon China, the China is in fear and India is in fear, Pakistan is in fear, and every country is in fear, and that fear is responsible for this arms race. That's why here disarmament is very important in order to solve the problem of insecurity and solve the problem of that is a fear, and even there is a war, the threat of war, that is a war possibilities are there. That's why disarmament is a very important need of the present world, and many people have given their own statement why this is required. One of a president by name Eisenhower, that statement you have to remember here. According to Eisenhower, the producing of arms, they are what we are producing, every country is producing the arms, and this is the wastage of, that is the money, waste of money. The money or the wealth or the capital what can be used for the better living of the, that is people are providing facilities to the people, but that money we are wasting where? In the arms race. That's why here according to her, waste of money it is, and waste of the sweat of labor. The labor which can be used for the constructive purpose, for the development of the that is economy, for the increasing the standard of living of the people, but we are wasting the sweat of the labor. We are wasting the intelligence. We are wasting the intelligence of scientists. The scientists who can make inventions, who can discover new things which will be helpful for the man life and which will be giving a good health for the people, but instead of that we are wasting our intelligence in arms production. That is presently what we are facing, the problem of this coronavirus. These scientists, instead of wasting the time in that is finding new weapons, if they use that knowledge for the finding a vaccine for this disease, there will be no any kind of lockdown, there will be no any kind of miseries of the people. Here intelligence of the scientist also wasted, and even there is a way we are wasting the dreams of children. Wasting dreams of children. Every parents they are very bothered about that is where they are thinking about the dreams of the children, and those their dreams will be shattered because here there is a arms race. When the war took place, that will destroy the life of the millions of people, and what we already saw in the Second World War. If the Third World War took place, what will be happen? There will be no any kind of reporter, because there will be no any kind of news at all. Here no one will go to capture what happened where. If that will be a very mass destruction, and that is wasting the dreams of the children. That's why what is very important, what is the need of the present world is a disarmament. And who should do this one? Behind here, every country is responsible. Every country is responsible for this one arms race, and that's why every country should come forward for a disarmament. Particularly those countries which are called as superpowers. Particularly in the that is the US, United States and USSR. Former USSR, they were the responsible. Their enemy is responsible for production of more and more weapons, and that is responsible for creating the Cold War like conditions. And these countries should come forward. They also made effort in order to prevent the arms race and by making various kind of agreements. Here we have to mention and remember the agreements which were signed between these two countries in order to reduce the weapons. One is after that is 1963. There are many bilateral agreements were made. Bilateral means means two. And the agreements between these two countries are called as bilateral agreements, and one among them is PTBT, Partial Test Ban Treaty, which is one of the thing, and next is CTBT, Comprehensive Test Ban Treaty, and another one is SALT, Strategic Arms Limitation Talk, and Non-Proliferation Treaty. This treaty is not among these two countries, but it is a worldwide agreement. In this manner, efforts were made in order to put an end to the arms race, as well as reducing the weapons, with the production of weapons or elimination of weapons. In this manner, efforts were made. Then also, we are living in a very, very dangerous world. Still, every country has stocking a lot of weapons due to one of the thing, that is the fear. That is the fear. And here these two countries are presently, that may be US or any other powerful country. They are in one place they are saying we should go for disarmament. We should go for that is elimination of weapons. But in another place they are selling the weapons to the other countries. This is the things what have taking place due to the MNCs and many other those who are producing the weapons. This is a arms race problem. Okay. The next important global problem is the economic inequality. Let us try to know about that economic inequality. It is also a global problem. Economic inequality. This economic inequality is found in even among individuals also. One person will be a rich person, another person will be a poor person. That is the economic inequality. What type of economic inequality we find among the individuals? The similar type of economic inequality we find among the nations also. That is some countries are very developed countries, underdeveloped countries, and developing countries. That is the criteria in order to decide the economic inequality. Why this inequality is in the present world? And who is responsible for this kind of inequality? This inequality is a gift of. It is a gift of not God or nature. It is the gift of the activities of man itself. Who are responsible? That is the colonialism and imperialism. Colonialism and imperialism. Our India is present in a that is scenario. We are in a developing stage, or that may be in an underdeveloped stage. It is because of the colonialism. Once our India was a very rich country. When the Britishers came to India, they made India as a marketplace, as well as a place for getting the raw materials, and they are responsible for the backwardness of our India. Like that, even many countries in Asia, Asia as well as even in the Africa and even Latin America. Then you can find the countries who are considered as a backward countries. They are facing the economic inequality because of the economic, that is colonialism and imperialism. And here these are the problems. And this kind of problem what we are facing, how this problem can be solved, here this problem is to be solved. That is why these problems are there, that is why economic inequality is there, why we are not developing, because of many hurdles. There are many hurdles which are preventing the development. There are many things which are not available in our country and in the underdeveloped countries. Because of that reason, they are in a phase of economic inequality. That is the lack of technology, lack of that is education, and lack of capital, and even the lack of roads. Better roads are not there, better transport is not there, and lack of good communication facilities. Communication is also not available, and so many things are there. And because of these hurdles, these countries are facing the problem of economic inequality. How these hurdles can be removed? These hurdles can be removed only if the developed countries help the underdeveloped countries in order to solve the economic inequality. But here also we can find the developed countries like the US, that is even in the previous time USSR, and in the present time that is Japan and other countries are there. They are helping that is underdeveloped countries, but they are putting certain kind of conditions. And we have to obey those conditions, and if we obey those conditions, then only they are going to help us. For example, if Korea is going to help India or America is going to help India, means we have to import the goods from those countries. We have to accept their conditions, and we have to allow them to make more investment in our countries. For example, in India, we can find many companies which are not belong to our India. They are from the other countries. That is the MNCs are there. They are taking more profits from Indian market, and in the name of help, they are getting different kind of facilities here. Conditions are putting. India is against such kind of things, and India is in a favor of such kind of that is help should be given by the developed countries without any condition. India is asking every developed country, you give help, but don't put any kind of condition. Then only we can develop our country. In this manner, we can come out of these kind of problems. And those countries which are facing the problem of economic inequality, they are presently they are considered as a third world countries. This concept of third world countries was given by one of the important African, that is economist, and presently those countries are called as third world countries, and they had to come out of the various problems, particularly the problem of that is food. They are facing the problem of food, and that is shortage of capital, as well as technology, science, and so many problems are there, and we have to come out of those problems. And here these countries, developed countries which are giving help to the underdeveloped countries, they are getting various type of facilities, and because of their globalization policy or other various type of policy, still we can find the economic inequalities in existence. Okay, in this manner, these are three important problems what we already came to know here. That is, the first problem is the denial of human rights. The next problem is the arms race, and next is the economic inequality. In this manner, I try to present these three problems. These problems you have to go through the textbook also, and if you find any kind of difficulties, give suggestions to me in the comment section. I will try to give more information or better information by if you give me response or give me feedback what changes are required in my videos, that I will come out in the next videos. Okay, try to share these videos and subscribe these videos as well as like this videos. By saying this much, I will conclude this chapter. Thank you.